All right, let's do some Mathity-Math. Here we go. It says Thor is checking on some of the other realms near Asgard. He first visits Jotunheim to test out his new axe on some frost giants. Cool. Then he goes to Svartalfheim. No, that's not right. Svartalfheim. There you go. To punch a few dark elves. Cool. Finally, he goes to Midgard to give Jane some flowers. All right. On his map, Thor sees that Jotunheim is at coordinates -10, 155, 101. Svartalfheim is at coordinates 27, 80, 57, and that Midgard is at coordinates 5, -33, and -10. Assuming all measurements are in light years, how many light years apart? Oops, I should say are. Look at me. Are Jotunheim and Midgard. Okay. So, we have 3 coordinates. We're in the 3D plane. That makes sense because you're in space. You know, space is not flat. But when we look at this, there is a part of us that wants to draw this this sketch to kind of see what's going on. And I guess we could. It could be a bit big. We have some big numbers here. We could estimate if we wanted. But I'm not sure it will actually help us see it. I think what will help us see it is just thinking about, well, we know where this place is at, and that's one thing we're looking for. And so we know that. I'm just going to write J so I don't have to say it anymore. J is at -10, 155, and 101. Okay? And we're trying to go to Midgard. Well, we know that Midgard is at 5, -33, and -10. And if you really think about it, it doesn't really matter that he went to Svartalfheim, right? It doesn't make a difference because in the end, we're just trying to figure out how far apart are Jotunheim and Midgard. And so there you go. This is pretty much the start of solving this problem. And the next thing is just understanding the 3D distance formula, okay? And the 3D distance formula is very similar to the 2D distance formula. We just add z. But essentially, the distance is just the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared, okay, plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared plus z sub 2 minus z sub 1 squared. And that's it. That'll get you where you need to be, okay? So, we have our x's, our y's, and our z's. I guess I can label these to make it super clear. This will be x sub 1, y sub 1, and z sub 1. And this will be x sub 2, y sub 2, and z sub 2. And to be clear, you could have labeled this one as sub 2 and this one as sub 1. It changes nothing, but as you like. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start substituting in here. So my x sub 2 value is 5. And I'm going to be subtracting my x sub 1 value, which is -10. And then I'm going to square it. Okay. My y sub 2 value is -33. And I'm going to subtract from that my y sub 1 value, which is 155. I'm going to square that too. And then my z sub 2 value is -10. And I'm going to subtract from that 101. And then I'll square that too. Okay, now we're cooking. I'm going to scoot on down here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so 5 minus -10, same as saying 5 plus 10, so that's like saying 15. Okay, so we have 15 squared, okay, plus, now we have -33 minus 155. I can see myself making a mistake here if I try to do it mentally, so why not just use my calculator? -33 minus 155, we get -188. Okay, so we have plus -188, and we're going to square that. And then plus, okay, we have -10 minus 101. And so we already have 10 negatives, and we're going to take away 101. Let's see what happens here. And if you can do it in your head, go for it, but, you know, I'm making a video. If I mess up, I have to start over. So I'm just going to use my calculator. Boom, -11. I definitely could have done that in my head. But here we are. All right. So now we have these numbers. We just have to square them. 15 squared is 225. For the record, I used my calculator there. I don't know that one off the top of my head. Okay. Negative 188 squared, negative 188, we gotta use those parentheses. Negative 188 squared, woo, 35,344. Okie dokie. And, oh, you guys can't even see that. Silly me. Sorry about that. Negative 111 squared is 12,321. 12,321. Okay. So now we just need to add all these together. So that's 225 plus 35,344 plus 12,321. Doop, doop, doop. Check my numbers. Great. 47,890. So now we're having the square root of 47,890. Now, if you know what two numbers, when multiplied exactly, would give you 47,890, then by all means, write your answer. But if you don't, which I'm assuming you don't, we'll just use your calculator. So square root of 47,890, and we're going to get, maybe right here so we can actually see it, 218, and we'll just say 0.8, okay? 218.8. 0.8 what? Well, the question said light years, okay? So now we know that according to this question, Jotunheim and Midgard are 218.8 light years apart. There you go. And good job. Okay, as always, if you enjoy this question and want to be notified when there's more amazing questions coming down the pipeline, go ahead and subscribe below. And if you have any questions or comments, or you want to tell me how much you enjoyed this amazing word problem, please, by all means, leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.